Well, here we go with an album ranking. It's been a while. What can I say? This is a band that is still around today. Has one original founding member. But I'm talking about what I would consider their original four core members. Mach 1, like they said, like with Deep Purple. This band, Mach 1. Band came out and I would say 81, I believe. They were known as a different, they had different names prior to being what they were most known for. They appeared. They're from Wales. That band would be The Alarm. Okay? Now, as the Mach 1 version of The Alarm, where to me they've put out, well, I guess I can't say their greatest material, but what I should say is the material I'm most familiar with. So we're going to stick to these 5 albums that they released. They also released an EP, I think 2 EPs, which I'm not including in this. I'm just doing the studio albums. And I'm going to list them from least favorite to favorite. Okay, so this band basically consists of Mike Peters, Dave Sharp on guitar, Mike Peters, principal singer and guitarist and kind of leader of the group, and Nigel Twist on drums, and Eddie McDonald on bass. Okay, like I said, that band is The Alarm, and quite a band they are. They were very underrated, underappreciated, and should have been much bigger than they were. I don't even think they had a top 40 hit in the U.S. I think they may have cracked the top 50 with a real catchy song, but we'll get to that. So on my number 5 would be their last release, which is Raw. This is the album Raw. Came out in 1991. Let's see what it's got in here. It's got a little Fender amp on the back. Look, you could still order some merchandise from the band. I wonder if you can get that. That'd be kind of cool. I doubt it, since it's like 30 years ago. Nope, no pictures. It's a good album. I had just gotten this album. The song Raw is fantastic. They do a cover version of Neil Young's Rockin' in the Free World. Hell or High Water, that's a great song. Let the River Run Its Course. Lead Me Through Darkness. Yeah, good album. Good album. Like I said, it's a limited situation here on album output of this version of the band. Like I said, the band still exists with Mike Peters. I think Craig Adams from The Mission was involved with it also. No. And then, so that would be album number 5, Raw. Good album. There's not a dud in the bunch. Next up is self-titled album. Well, it's not self-titled. This album's called Change, and it's The Alarm. Interesting. This album was released in 1989, and it was kind of like a homage to their home of Wales. A lot of it, Sold Me Down the River, which was a really big song for them at the time. Once again, excellent album. See some more pictures of the band in their home country of Wales. Hardland, Love Don't Come Easy. Sold Me Down the River is just a great song. Where Green Was Turned to Black. Yeah, it's a good album. Good album. I like the way this is kind of set up. It's got this little punch through that says The Alarm, and then there's where it says the album name Change. This album was released in '89. Like I said, the big rock track off of that was Sold Me Down the River. Next up is their self-titled debut, Declaration. Now they kind of adopted almost this quasi, I would say almost like militaristic, Revolutionary War look about them, their clothing, the songs they wrote about. This is an early picture of the band, wild 80s hair. The reason I'm putting this in third is like, even though it did have a couple of their first singles that they released on here, like Marching On and 68 Guns, they didn't put their song The Stand on there, which is one of their most famous songs, and that was originally released on an EP prior to this. But they have like a little Stand Prophecy. It's like a 1-minute version of the song. See, this is the back of the album. This album was released in '84. I actually got into them because of the song The Stand, which is based upon a Stephen King novel. My favorite song on here is We Are the Light. What an inspiring song. It's just that good. Great song. Give that a listen. Give that song a listen. Next up, we have their third album, which is coming in at number 2 for me, Eye of the Hurricane. Now, this has got, I just like the album. This has got their big song, which almost cracked the top 40, Rain in the Summertime. They definitely mixed up their sound a bit. Newtown Jericho, Shelter, Rescue Me, just Eye of the Hurricane, the title track. This is an awesome album. This album came out in 87. I'm sorry, 87. Rain in the Summertime. What an underappreciated song that it should have been a top 10 hit. I never understood why it never got higher than that. And then on for my favorite album by them would be their second album, Strength. Not the original cover, mind you, because this is the deluxe version, which comes with a lot of studio sessions and outtakes. Well worth getting this album here. Some pictures of the band in '85. Very similar to the look of U2 during the Unforgettable Fire period. The song itself, Strength, is just, what an anthem. What an anthem. See, this was the original cover. And this, like I said, this is a deluxe edition, so it comes with a whole story. It's a little booklet that gives you the whole thing about that period in the band's history, which was in '85. And I saw them in concert twice. I saw them at the Ritz, and I do believe it might have been the Beacon Theater. I think. Maybe it was the Ritz again, I'm not sure. It was many years ago. Almost 36 years ago. So, Father to Son, great song. The Day the Ravens Left the Tower, absolute reality. It's just a great album through and through. The song Strength, you can't get, like I said, a better anthem than that. Like I said, you got Knife's Edge, Strength, Spirit of 76. Majority, which is a B-side, which is on here also, is really good. But then they also do a lot of cover versions or snippets of cover versions on here, like Maggie May, Maggie's Farm, Walk on the Wild Side, Summertime Blues, Radar Love. They also have the first song on here that Mike Peters the leader of the band ever wrote, which was called Alarm Alarm, where they got their name from. So go get this. This is almost a singular album you should own. This one, fantastic. Get the deluxe version. Great. See, there's the back. Fantastic stuff. So that would be my number one album by them. Alarm, Strength from 1985. Then at number 2 would be 1987's Eye of the Hurricane. Title track from this too is pretty fantastic. Very Mission-esque or Sisters of Mercy type of sound to it. Third would be their debut album, Declaration, and the only reason it's coming at 3 because The Stand is not on it. But anyway, and then we have the album Change, which came out in 89. And then their last album as a band, Raw, which at the end of this tour, at the very last show, Mike Peters just said, "That's it. It's done. It's a wrap. I quit." I think he did it at the Brixton Academy too. Let me see if I got that little bit of information in here. They appeared like on all the, Top of the Pops, American Bandstand. Their songs were on MTV. Mostly they played them on like 120 minutes. Not even very much charting strength within their own in the UK. I mean, albums charted relatively high, but not so much the singles. But this was did some BBC sessions. I don't know if they did any Peel sessions, but still, there you go. The Alarm ranking their albums, the 5 of the original version of the Alarm, the original 4 members. I think they also did an MTV Getting the Band Back Together episode, which is an interesting watch because they still play great together. But anyway, one of my faves, underrated, representative, but a great band in the vein of U2 that should have, at the very least, had half of U2's popularity. They were that good. There you go.